Basketball is now in session, and both guys and girls have state aspirations as we head into the season. Both ranked in the top 10 in the state of Texas, they will look to dominate throughout the whole season. Wrestling has also begun and will look to have a strong season overall. We will look at this and more now. This is Game Time.
Welcome to Game Time. I'm Brandon Bonaparte, and with me we have Gabby Mahan, Morgan Monroe, and Seth Golden. The fall season for Prosper Sports officially came to a close last Friday, so sports such as basketball, wrestling, and swim can take full stage at this time of the year.
With the end of fall sports includes the end of football season here in Prosper. Although they did not go out without a fight, they held their own against a Lake Ridge team that had already beaten them by 17 previously this year. In this rematch, Prosper held their own, but sadly fell short at the end, 38-28, to end their season in round 3.
Stats are one thing, but if you look at what the boys posted after the games, it was a lot of, I'm thankful that we even got this opportunity. It wasn't, we're looking forward to next year and the next opportunities. It was actually focusing on how thankful they were that they got that opportunity. And I feel like that speaks more about their character than how they played.
With volleyball winning the state title and football ending their season the furthest they've been in playoffs, but sadly coming up short, let's take a look on this past week, which highlights winter sports in our last football game of the year.
This past Friday, the Eagles traveled to Carrollton, looking to avenge their early season loss to Lake Ridge and advance to the next round of the state playoffs. The Eagles came out firing on all cylinders, putting up 28 points in the first half. Unfortunately, this would prove to not be enough to stop a Lake Ridge team who would go on to score 24 unanswered points over the last 28 minutes of the game, cutting the Eagles' playoff run shorter than hope. Congratulations to the boys on an extremely successful season, and good luck to all of our seniors moving on to the next level. Boys basketball hosted the Centennial Titans, looking to win their first game, being ranked inside the top 10 in the state, coming in at number 7 in the most recent rankings. Once again, our offense was just too much to handle, with the final score being 54-35 in favor of the Eagles, improving their overall record to an impressive undefeated 12-0. The Lady Eagles were also in action Tuesday night, traveling to Mansfield to take on the Jaguars in what would turn out to be a down-to-the-wire matchup. The ladies found themselves trailing at half for only the second time this season, but came out strong after the break, outscoring the Jags by 9 points in the second half, and later on would come away with an 8-point win with a final score of 68-60, improving their record to 10-1 on the season. Boys wrestling also had a duel Wednesday night, hosting the Allen Eagles here in the arena. The boys won the meet by a jaw-dropping 57-point margin, and although it was Allen's junior varsity team, it was a promising performance by the boys as they look to prepare for another deep run into the state championship season this winter. For Game Time, I'm Josh Knight.
When Game Time returns, we'll discuss a new basketball rule that has amassed some controversy among players.
So everything we're doing is aggressive.
A new rule was recently put into play by the UIL that restricts players from rolling their shorts to lessen the length. The reason given for the rule change was simply because it's the way the shorts are supposed to be worn. They're supposed to be long. Even though shorter shorts are becoming more in style for basketball players, is the prevention of rolling them up a necessary rule that UIL needs to enforce?
The reason behind this rule change is sort of pointless. It's just a trend that basketball players enjoy doing.
I think that the refs need to focus more on the game instead of the length of someone's shorts.
I actually disagree because it was set in place for a reason. Although we don't necessarily see it because none of us play basketball, there's still a reason to it.
I think it should just be up to the basketball players themselves. I don't see a reason to make a rule that they can't roll up their shorts.
In the 80s, they wore shorts way shorter than what they are today. So they need to be focusing more on the game.
I mean, if we're going to talk about what happened in the 80s, there has to be some reason why the shorter shorts didn't work out. So I'm guessing that's the reason for the rule.
If you look at volleyball, they get to wear spandex, so why can't basketball players roll their shorts?
Valid points to both sides of the argument. I never thought we'd be arguing about short lengths on Game Time. When we come back, Kennedy Adams will have your Player of the Week.
Powerlifting practice is postponed until next Monday, December 11th. Make sure you have your physical and Rank 1 forms completed and turned in to the athletic trainers. Contact Coach Cooper if you have any questions in room 1231 or by email. Seniors, superlative forms are due to Ms. Hamlin by Thursday, December 7th. If you did not receive a form from your third period teacher, please see Ms. Hamlin in room 1256.
New sports are in action as all of the fall sports have now ended. But we still have star players that are just now beginning their season. Now let's send it over to Kennedy Adams to find out who our Player of the Week is.
Thank you, Seth. I'm Kennedy Adams with your Player of the Week. This week's Player of the Week is basketball player Josh Davis. This last weekend, the boys played Little Elm in a tournament, and he was nominated tournament MVP with 25 points, 6 assists, and 7 rebounds. This past Tuesday versus Frisco Centennial, he played outstanding, and he's really showing out so far. The Eagle basketball team remains undefeated at 12-0. That's all I have for your Player of the Week. Be sure to tune in next time for your key player. For Game Time, I'm Kennedy Adams. Back to you guys at the desk.
Now we send it to Chris Wafer on what our student section should do at basketball games.
Why she come to basketball games just to eat? If she wants to eat, she can go home. There's no reason to come to basketball game. Do you see how they're cheering and loud? This is how you want to do it. This is a 10 for me. Hold on. Why are they here just to have a conversation? They can do that at home. And I just heard him say the Batman's better than the Flash. Something must be wrong with him. This is what you want to do before tip-off. Get loud for their team.
Oh yeah, Bucky boy, need him there. Hey, get up! What are y'all doing? We come here to support, not sit on
Yeah, I approve of these students right here. Get up and get loud. Why are you here? This is how you do the clap during the starting 5. This is what you want to do on defense. Help the team get a stop so they can go on offense and get a bucket. Always overreact to anything, even if nothing happens. It makes the basketball game more alive. Reporting for Game Time, I'm Chris Wafer.
Hopefully that video by Chris will help the energy in the student section in future guys and girls games. Well, that's all the time we have for you today. For Game Time, I'm Brandon Bonaparte.
I'm Gabby Mahan.
I'm Morgan Monroe.
And I'm Seth Golden, and we hope to see you all tonight at the men's basketball game versus Richardson. And good luck to the girls in their tournament this weekend in Oklahoma.